Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Plus 63 HP D&D podcast, campaign number 1 with the Silver Shadows. I'm your host today. My name is Raymond and I play Asumedos, your charming hexblade Tiefling Warlock. And with me are the bravest brothers and sister that you could ever ask for. Let me start off with the man with a lion on his chest, JONG.
Hi, I'm JONG. I play Itszki, the rogue ranger, Yuan-Ti Pureblood that is both stealthy and very, very loved and
Kind of an
humbled by
asshole.
everybody in the group.
I like that. I won't say no. I'll admit it. All right, next up, we'll also have the man with the glasses, but with the red headset. The father figure of it all, CHUBAX.
Yes, I'm CHUBAX. I play Malak, the Scourge Aasimar Paladin that is a borderline serial killer.
He is, even in real life. And of course, the baby of the group, the one and only cute, charming, yet very fiercely deadly Isabi.
Hi, I'm Isa. I play Shevra, the steady samurai warrior Tabaxi.
This is a Tabaxi too,
Oh,
named Meow Meow.
yum,
All right, and
yum.
of course, the world weaver himself, the master storyteller, the one with whom made this D&D campaign possible, our amazing, generous, wonderful, and kind-hearted DM, Angelo.
Right. Hi. I'm Angelo. I'm the DM. I'll be playing everyone else.
Been a bit of a break, didn't we have that DM? So maybe a good recap would keep our viewers
Serve
up to
everybody
speed.
well.
And everyone.
Okay. Last time, pursuing the cult. So the Silver Shadows have finally retrieved the artifact they need to not only complete their current job and get a large sum of gold, but also to get one step closer to the cult they are currently seeking. After uh, digging up the remains of the Griffin tribe leader and returning to Xanthros Keep, the Silver Shadows are now preparing to once again head to Lurkwood, a forest nearby, to seek the ruined village of Grunwald. After shopping, after numerous gold has been gold has been transferred from pouch to pocket to very grateful merchants who are finally having some sales, even though they're stuck here. The Silver Shadows now head off on their new horses to go towards Grunwald. So in the map, it's here. So it's easily noticeable. It's over here. So quite well. I mean, this is the estimated area. So it for sure based on your conversations before when you initially mapped out the area. It's around like a day or two. It's a day and a half to get to the edge of the forest, and then deeper inside, you'll have to rely on the magical monocle that was given to you by your contact to seek out uh, the ruined village. As we are headed out, like always, Ittzki. Let's start with a survival check.
You.
Roll well.
+6. Like it. Ooh, 17 + 6, 23. We are surviving well.
Yeah, no problem. As with the initial travel, it is quite easy for you to navigate, especially because for this leg of the journey, you are traversing like a relatively um, smooth terrain, a hilly terrain with fields that you can see up until the edge of the forest, and with very little interruptions. Since this is so close to the city, um, it doesn't take there is little activity in your area. You notice at at the middle of the day, I'd say the group stops, and you notice like the remains of like a stag that was hunted down, or maybe at some point you also came across um the remains of a monster and that has been defeated in a fight, but never, thankfully, it has been an uneventful first day. So during this first day of travel, does how is the group feeling and all that? Or does anyone speak up during this first leg?
Asumedos is a bit anxious. I'd be worried about, getting there on time, finding the right track so that I can find it, so we can be led to the right area.
Okay,
So
okay.
I'm a bit on edge and a bit jumpy.
No, we're all well rested and well stocked, so I'm okay.
Okay. So for you it's Tempe's also just running around. Interesting is running around, but on while traveling, he is on your horse. Uh so he's learned to behave while on horseback. So no, it's not too bulky. He's not too bulky for you just yet. But yeah. How about Malak and Shivra?
So Shevra is singing. She has a nice singing voice, and while traveling, she's been humming and singing a little ditty in Draconic. Something about yearning to take a wealthy woman, the gems off in that wealthy woman's neck.
Okay. So at this point only Itszki can understand that, I think. And for Malak?
Malak, just at first he's anxious and wants to finally gain some traction to help Asumedos, his friend. But then after a while, he also remembers that Asumedos has a darker aspect. Like the his he was honest na, diba? We had a talk, Jay. I think
Yep, yep, yep.
he's come clean about his what do we call it? What do we call the
History.
entity? Huh? The entity?
The
Oh,
patron?
about my
The
entity?
patron.
The patron.
The patron, yeah. So it's like suddenly disturbed that he cares for his friend, but then the friend also has a patron that's pretty much on his hit list. So he's just bothered by thoughts.
You have
Okay.
thoughts?
Yeah. I'll roll. Oh wait, sorry. Is Weevil with the four of you?
Yeah, I think so, right?
Yes.
Coming with
Oh.
us.
Yeah, let's bring him. Drag him along for the ride.
So yeah, Weevil is riding his pony and is behind you. Also keeping a lookout, sensing the anxiety of others. He's also doing his part in keeping watch. And once the first day is done, I'd say it is nightfall, and again throughout the whole day, nothing much has happened, and not much light actually, since above you once again, like always, very much recently, is just a blanket of thick clouds covering the sky. And from when you started heading out from Santos Keep, same thing as you are now setting up camp at the edge of the forest, as it is now, as darkness will loom soon. Um, and yeah, I'd say um, on the, I just say that again, being so close to the city, nothing happens at night. Unless, do you guys want to do anything throughout the 8 hours of rest?
I'm continuously training Tempe.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll add this to the counter. What's his itinerary for today?
This is more strength training because he's a warrior. So I'm making him like punch trees and whatnot.
Okay. Okay. No problem.
What's
So
my counter on Tempe's mask?
you're at the last step.
Okay, yeah,
Or at finishing.
I'll focus on that.
Okay. So you can roll me animal handling or any other skill if you can justify any other skill that could
Huh.
uh, motivate Tempe.
How to motivate
Uh,
Tempe? You're talking to
No,
Itsuki.
no, no.
but that's
Okay.
me.
Yeah,
It's
that's right.
me for his warrior training. Uh,
Have we seen
Animal
him in a
handling is
fight yet? Di pa, no?
too.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Alright.
So
I'll
that
just
is
do
also
athletics.
that's
I My athletics is
okay.
+3 because I'm also kind of showing
Okay,
him
so
the
he's
form.
okay. So he's like replicating you, so to speak. Okay, no
Yeah.
problem. So yeah, roll me athletics. Oh wait, do you do this in
Eh,
public? Can
in
everyone see this?
I
Like
I thought we were in camp, right?
yeah, but
Or
like
within the 8
the do
hours.
the do the other do the silver shadows see you train Tempe?
I think you should get. Yeah, I think they see because we're all together anyway, and then we're by the trees,
Okay, yeah. So everyone sees this happening. So
so they
yeah,
can take over next time too. 18,
so
so 21.
yeah, no problem. You show the proper form, and with that, Tempe also is able to replicate like most of it. And but seeing as he's replicated from a good source, he's able to take these lessons well. Um I'll say you at this point you've had numerous successes already. So at this point, I will say that you he has reached the ceiling for you, and he has to get new lessons from a new teacher. So it is up to you who will be his next tutor, so to speak.
Okay.
So yeah, for the mask, I'd say again, I think a dexterity check since you're not proficient with
+1. Ah, 6.
I'd say you start doing it, but from I'd say like the first 10% of the work, you can already see that it's not doing well. So I'd
Mhm.
say you like it dawns on you easily that if you continue, it's not gonna turn out well. So you decide to stop.
This stop. Okay.
What
So yeah.
skill can I learn by starting to learn?
Oh, that's gonna take a very long time.
Oh, that's okay.
Um, what skill do you want to learn?
Like if for example I wanted to learn I don't know, what do I lack a lot aside from everything? Um if I wanted to learn more about, for example, nature.
I'd say we can do. I'd say we can do for now. You can ask a character to start teaching you, and then it's like gradual. Same thing with Malak. That like the first stage is maybe you can give assistance to someone, and then the next there's like multiple stages to that. But I'd say
Correct.
it's a long process.
But what happens in the end? Does your bonus increase or
Oh no, you'll gain proficiency in that skill,
uh,
but it's a very long uh
okay. Is it the same
yeah.
thing with languages?
Yes, same thing.
During the night,
Okay.
Shivra's also like seems to be looking around in the brush for something, just in the surrounding area.
Okay, okay.
What
Yeah,
if
for
I
you,
wanted
Shiver.
to learn,
Yeah,
let's say, Draconic? I can learn from either Shivra or Itsuki, right?
yeah. We can start like same thing with Malak. We can start with like small phrases, and then as you
Okay.
continue, maybe
Mm-hmm.
eventually it can lead to like the full blown like proficiency in the
Language.
language. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Sure.
I'll say, because in the book, it's like almost a year's worth of work and
Oh,
money.
okay.
But and then it happens in an instant. But for since we're doing homebrew, maybe we can do like stages. So maybe at
Okay.
some point you'll be able to understand, but you can't speak. And then earlier than that, you can start counting or saying hello, stuff like that. So
Okay.
yeah, we can start that now.
Okay. I'd like to learn Draconic, so if I can try to ask Shivra and or Itsuki to teach me some
Oh,
what to
You know,
start.
yeah. I'd say at this point, Itsuki still training, Tempe. So, um, I guess Shivra, are you willing to?
She seems occupied right now. She someone would have to call her attention.
Oh yeah. So, Asumedos, seems between the two, Shivra seems to be looking around. But yeah, what do you do?
I look for her and I keep her company. I
Okay.
Oh, she,
oh
she
sorry.
raised. Yeah, so she raises her head and she seems to she was bending down and like when she raises her head and you see in her hands a bundle of flowers, pink flowers, and she says, "Yeah, I just this is my hobby." She laughs awkwardly.
Are those medicinal flowers?
Uh, I do believe they have some uses, but these are primroses. They're just I know they're native around here, so I wanted to take some for my scrapbook. Then she pauses for a moment. Someone a long time ago gave some to me and just reminds me of a different time. In the language of flowers, primroses mean I can't live without you. Then she laughs a little, seemingly lost in thought.
Well, if we create a more peaceful world than it is now, I don't think it's far from having uh, a field of primroses come to reality.
Yeah.
Yes, we're doing our part as of the moment, and perhaps someday we'll be able to fill up an entire field of it.
Yeah. Though flowers can never replace what can't come back. She follows you back to camp.
And I'm gonna ask, hey, good job on communicating with that uh dragonkin. Maybe you could also
Yeah.
teach me some minor
Start with the
phrases
curse
that I could
words.
start with.
beyond the
Oh
curse
yeah.
words.
Of
No, I
course.
wouldn't look for curse words. It's more of like basic greetings.
Yeah, of course. I'd love to. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
We'll
So
start
I'd
with
say
that.
you spend, if there is rest, you spend that time, uh, attempting to learn Draconic from Shibra, or at least the first steps.
Okay.
And as your rest activities finish for the night, you all take turns taking watch. And I'd say the new day dawns. And again, nothing eventful happened that night. I guess the most you've seen was a random forest creature just pass on by, but nothing else. But looking at the forest in the new day, it seems that behind you, everything seems sunny and new. Well, not sunny since it's still cloudy, but all of you can't help but have this feeling of foreboding as you are at the edge of the forest. And as you look into it, again, there is no other way than forward. And yeah, pushing on forward, what is the group's um, marching order?
I think I'll go
Um,
last.
Typical. Itsuki, me.
Let me start.
Itszki and myself at the beginning because I need to have that symbol activated if I'm close by, right?
But I think
that can work.
are we clear? Are we close ba?
You're still you're
they're-
just entering the forest.
Oh yeah, where
Yeah, I
does
think
we go
as
in the
long as
order?
we're not in the vicinity yet, I'll push up behind Itsuki, and then
Or
Asumedos.
we could be a diamond. Itszki in the front, and then Asumedos and Malak side by
Oh yeah,
side.
yeah, that
and
works.
then Shevra at
We
the
don't have
bottom.
to be in the line. Yeah,
Okay.
she
and
right
then
behind
Weevil
and Weevil
is...
in the middle.
Okay,
Yep.
no problem.
So we're like an arrow.
Yes.
Oh yeah, So yeah, Itsuki at the front. Roll me again. Roll me survival.
Plus 6, baby. Oh, okay. 9 plus 6, 15.
Okay, good enough. Good enough. As you traverse the forests, and the deeper you go, whatever light can pierce through the clouds, um, there is another layer. It started to become obscured by the rising trees of this forest. And as you go deeper inside, what a little light is coming through is also again dims, and light is limited as soon as you start entering the forest. But nevertheless, you are able to guide your group in the general direction that you want to be, and with that easily done, I'd say Asumedos, you can roll me perception. I'd say, and if you're looking through the monocle, you can have advantage.
You can have a what? Sorry.
Advantage.
Advantage.
Okay. Natural 20 already.
Yes.
Nice. It is easy for you to spot. As soon as you put in the monocle, you can easily see the shimmering outline of the symbol that you were asked to follow.
Can you describe what the symbol looks like? Just for our thoughts.
It's the same symbol you've been pursuing.
Okay. The same one. The cross. Okay.
Yeah. And as you continue, heading deeper and deeper, it takes a while, most part of the day, until everyone roll me perception.
Got a 14 plus.
Ooh,
What's
I
my
got
12.
14 plus 2, 16.
I got a 24.
Nice.
Percent. 3 plus 10, 13 lang.
So this case, Malak and who got the 16? Asumedos, right?
Asumedos.
Yeah. So the two of you, as you are traveling, you hear, well, one of you hears the snapping of a branch above you, while the other notices in this particular area, the area you've entered, you've noticed that there seems to be an abundance of webbing all around under the trees, on the treetops. But
Divine
as one of
sense.
you does hear the you ask around, nothing. But as you look above, you do see a bunch of giant spiders start descending to your direction. At this point, what does the party do?
Is there a way to run it?
If you want.
Can I do a nature check to if I know?
Are these
the
like natural spiders or
behavior
magical?
of these spiders?
Oh, I'd say
Oh.
I'd say from initial, these looks These look like naturally occurring spiders. They're just bigger. But yes, they're fast approaching the group.
Oh. Different. Hopefully they're friendly.
Do we run?
Have you ever met?
So yeah, what do you guys do?
Malak
alert
shouts,
the
do we run?
I say stay
Okay, at
calm,
this point,
maybe.
everyone roll initiative.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
So yeah, we'll do fast combat for this one. The rolling of initiative will determine
Oh,
how
cool.
much spiders will get onto you. So yeah,
Big spiders.
paralyzed in indecision. Yeah. So Asumedos, what you get?
20 plus 3, 23.
Ittzki.
13 plus 5, 18.
Malak.
I got double threes, so 4.
Shevra.
12.
Okay. So Asumedos you're first. And then Itszki. And then Shevra. And then Malak. Okay. So I will say, like, for the purposes of this, we can do quick combat, just so.
There's no battle map, no?
No. This is just quick combat. So,
Okay.
okay. So, so yeah, for as this happens in the session, you see all these spiders start descending on you, and you see some spiders crawling on the forest floor, skittering up to you. Counting them all, it looks like there are 12 spiders, but they are not distributed equally. But in the midst of these regular spiders, you notice four spiders who are particularly larger than the rest and are headed towards. Most of them are headed towards Itszki. Ooh. So yeah, for fast combat, I want everyone to roll me either a skill, whichever's higher, your choice, a skill check, an attack roll, and when I say attack roll, that includes ranged, melee spell, ranged spell. Yeah. So roll me any of those.
Everybody?
Yeah, everybody.
Wait.
So yeah,
Oh.
tell me what you're using. So I'll just go by initiative. Asumedos, what are you rolling?
Attack with Eldritch Blast.
Okay, so that's okay. So you start casting Eldritch Blast. So start rolling. Itszki, what are you rolling?
Attack with my bow because it's plus 11.
Okay, ranged attack. Okay. Shevra, what are you rolling?
I swipe at them with my great sword. Attack
Okay.
bonus. Plus 10, it's 17.
Okay. Malak, how about you?
Attack roll. Plus 9.
Okay, so everyone goes on full-on offensive, similar to these spiders. So, Asumedos, what did you get?
18 plus 9.
Oh wow. Okay. Itszki, what did you get?
15.
Ooh.
11 plus 4.
Oh, okay. Just made it.
Phew.
Shevra, what did you get?
17.
Okay. Ooh, just made it. I mean, ooh, very. Ooh, it's way too close for comfort. Malak.
25.
Nice. Okay. So, you notice that Shevra, it seems that three big spiders and an even bigger spider. There are 4 spiders headed towards you. For Itszki, also 4, and for Malak and Asumedos, 2 spiders each. For Itszki, very dangerous because in your position, it seems that 3 of the 4 big spiders are attacking you. Okay, anyone can spend a resource to reduce 1 die roll of damage coming your way.
Coming
What
each of our
resource?
ways or Jong's
So
way?
for example,
Each of our
One spell.
yeah,
Oh,
so
one
you can
spell.
use either a spell slot, you can use a favored foe feature, you can use action surge or a samurai strike or fighting spirit. Yeah, you can use any of those to reduce your incoming damage by 1 dice.
Can I use divine sense?
No, you can.
I'll use
Can
all
I
three.
Useless.
I can use all three.
Can I use feline agility to dodge?
No, that's
No.
Can use like one level 1 spell slot, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
Also, if you want, you can use your feature to help another.
Like my command. Yeah.
I have nothing to give.
So you have? You don't? Because I can. So I can do 2. Then I'll do.
No,
I'll
no.
use
I
one
think
level 1.
he allows one only, right, Angelo?
Okay.
Yeah, just one
Yeah.
assist.
No, I'll
No.
cover.
Oh, no. Personally, you can use as
one.
much as you want. No, as much as you
Oh.
want. To assist, you can use 1.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
No,
For
no,
example,
what-
Malak, you can only use one level 1 spell slot on Itszki, but you can use the 3 on yourself.
Okay, I'll use one for Asumedos since I know I need him. I need his spell slots intact if we get into a fight.
Okay, so you reduce 1 of the attacks going to Asumedos this way.
Yes.
Okay, that's Malak. Shevra, are you using anything?
I'm using my fighting spirit for myself.
Okay, you're using 1 fighting, so number 1, reduce 1 die. Okay. Itszki.
I'll use my level 1 spell slot.
Okay, so you are number 2.
Do I know what kind
What are
of
you
damage
using?
they're doing?
Wait lang, Itszki, what spell are you casting? Just so we can flavor the fight.
Disguise self, because I've never used it.
Okay, and then Asumedos, are you using anything?
I don't think I have anything I can use, right?
Aside from spell slots.
Unless you'll allow me to use like the Tiefling spells.
Yeah.
Oh, you can also use the rings, right?
Yeah.
Those are reactions. So.
No, for this fight, we're assuming this is like multiple rounds of combat being compressed in 5
okay.
minutes. So, yeah.
Can I use my ring as well?
For yourself.
Yeah, for myself. Also, Hellish Rebuke. So I use both. Fighting
Okay, so you
spirit.
use 1 and okay, so for number 1, reduce another. Okay. So yeah, Asumedos, are you doing anything?
I will, sige, para Malak will save his first. I can use up the darkness spell, which is a Tiefling spell.
Okay. On
So I'll take that out.
who are you helping someone else or are you helping yourself?
Yourself.
I only have 2 spiders attacking me. Itszki has 3.
Okay, so you're using it on
No.
Itszki?
Yeah. 3 big ones pa kay Itszki.
Yeah. Okay. So finally, okay, with all that, Shevra take 15 damage.
Oh, I'll use one ring for me myself. Wala kung pwedeng ring.
Okay.
So I use one spell for Asumedos once. One
Okay,
spell slot
thank
for
you.
Asumedos and then one charge ring for me.
Okay.
Charged.
Itszki, you take 22 damage.
It's a little bit more than what I had expected. Damn spiders.
Malak, you take 8 damage.
Kasi big spider
What kind
kay
of damage
Itszki.
is this? Piercing, slashing?
It's a split. It's a split between piercing and poison damage.
22.
And then for you, Asumedos, take 10 damage.
Okay.
And everyone roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Fuck.
Con save +2.
Can I consider all of them in my range?
I'll say yes. That's
No, so plus what?
Plus
Plus
3.
5? Plus 3?
Oh, wait.
Good, because I'm
Plus 3. Tama ba?
Con save, I got 11 plus 4, 15 plus 3, 18.
I got 8 plus 2, 10 plus 3, 13.
13.
Fuck
Okay,
me.
Shevra, how about you?
12 plus 8 plus 3. That's 23.
Okay.
I just got a
Malak,
10.
10. All of you except Malak. Well, actually no. All of you after this fight, these 3 spiders descending on Itszki while all the other spiders scurry on everyone else. Of this fierce fight happens, and all of you use your abilities to the best that you can use them to. And after this fight, after all the carnage and all the fighting, all of you feel the poison start seeping in to your bodies. But most of you can steel yourself to shake off most of the ill effects, except for you, Malak. Your blue skin turns a bit sky blue pale as the poison. You feel your heart racing a little bit as this poison takes hold on you, and yeah, for in the as yeah,
So what does that do?
pure poison, so disadvantage on
Don't you have immunity to poison as a paladin?
No. Disease.
you
A
are
disease.
disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks
For how long?
for the next hour.
I have no
Since I'm
saving
attacked,
throws against
can I
it.
cast Hellish Rebuke?
I have no saving throws against the poison.
Do you have
It was
anything on
just
your thing?
no. It was just that one Constitution throw lang.
Yeah.
The anti-toxin will not work.
No, that you have to take it before the fight.
If, say, I bought an herbalism kit from kanina, could I use it later on him?
After an hour, he's okay na rin. We're in combat pa.
We're in
No.
combat.
This is after combat. This is after combat. This is after combat.
Oh.
Oh, after combat. We're done na.
herbalism kit.
Okay.
Yeah. This is multiple rounds of This is 1 hour compressed in 5 minutes.
Mm.
The herbalism kit, it just gives you the avenue to make stuff like antitoxins,
Antitoxins.
Oh yeah. I just
Does it help?
I'll just use my lay of hands. I can use 5 points to cure poison.
Yep.
Yeah, you feel a warmth inside you. It's a little bit painful. It's like having a minor heartburn. As the divine energy within you burns any trace of this spider poison. But with that done, it seems that the ill effects that these spiders have had on you are now completely gone from the party. And moving forward, I guess at this point, yeah. What do you do? What does the party do?
I'm using my second wind as well.
Okay.
D10. I can't
Yeah,
tell if this is a 7 or a 3. It's 3. Okay. Well, that was uncomfortable.
I hate spiders.
We just entered the forest, so we better watch out.
Yeah, I'd say this happened like an hour into the 5 of you trekking inside. But continuing forward, Asumedos, I'd say even with that nat 20, I'll give it to you. I'll still give it to you. You are able to pick up on the trail and are
Okay.
able to help guide Itszki, guide the group towards this village. And true enough, travel again. 20 minutes pass, 30 minutes pass, up to an hour, and an hour again as this forest, even if you're in a vast forest, you can't help but feel a little claustrophobic from how all the trees seem to be um, caging in on you. Itszki and Malak. Malak, thanks to your for you, thanks to your shield,
Mm-hmm.
you hear a sound of flapping, some a flapping sound. But for you, Itszki, you see a slight flutter in the trees, and one of you, Itsuki, you see, Malak, you hear. You hear something land on the tree line above you.
I motion to the guys with my hand signals. That company up above.
I scope it out.
Okay. Who wants to look? So we can just all roll perception if you want.
I
I'll
look.
look as
'Cause-
I'll look.
Okay.
I will stay vigilant and of our surroundings
Okay.
Oh, 18.
instead of looking up.
18 plus 5, 23.
can't see shit. 4 plus 2.
I see everything. 12 plus 10.
Okay. Malak and Itsuki. Uh, yeah. Looking above, you do notice a familiar sight. You see the silhouette that reminds you of the Aakokra sculpture back at the edge of the forest as you were heading towards Shining White. But this time, it is alive and moving. It is looking in your direction. For you in particular, Itsuki, as you see this creature, this Aakokra look at you, and you look at it, you notice that the eyes are like it's glazed. There's like a glaze over. It's almost as if it's a bright blue color that's very different from the rest of its body, as its colors are very much, it's in like deep vibrant reds and yellows. It's a very vibrant copper, but the eyes are just, the dullness of the eyes set it so much apart from the rest of its body. And again, for the two of you, uh, you see another one. You see another one, and you hear maybe two or three. But from looking, they don't seem to be doing anything. They're just looking at the party.
So no hostility sense, but still danger. Sorry, just let them know there's more.
Okay.
Talk to them.
How many do we see again?
We see
Three, right?
two, I think. We see two, but there might be three more hiding.
What do they look like?
The bird creatures. Humanoid birds.
Ah,
think we just- I think
I
we-
signed to Asumedos as our face. They're just
whose
watching.
face
Do
is
we
about
talk?
to get ripped off?
I can lend you my mask.
Um,
I think we can just slowly sneak through.
Sneak means they don't notice us. They do.
But it seems like they're not attacking.
Better to talk first. I make sure they don't catch us off.
Should we say
Okay.
something to them?
You're evil behind you. Say what? What's happening?
Oh, he doesn't. He can't read the hand signals, but
Yeah, I can.
shh, stay for a while. Quiet. Horns.
get yourselves ready. So I go up in a casual manner. How's the weather up there? And I hope that you're having a better time than we are. Whew, a lot of spiders back.
He knocks an arrow.
No reply.
Told you.
Oh, the silent type, aren't you? Well, have you seen another group of people come this way? We're trying to look for uh a certain area. We're meeting some people deep in the forest.
Roll me a persuasion.
I got an 8 plus 9, 17.
You see one of them descend into a lower branch. Just looks at you, Asumedos, with its dull blue eyes. Just cocks its head and then flies off in one direction.
Oh. I take it as a no.
Roll me a perception check.
Okay. 11 plus 2. 13.
13. Um, following with your eyes following the flight path of this Kokra. You do notice the small etching of the symbol that the Kokra passed as they flew by.
I saw this, sorry, symbol.
The symbol you've been following.
It was on him.
No, on the tree that the Kokra passed by.
Oh, so
Right.
it must be in that direction then. Oh, thank you very much. Guess you must know the people that we're meeting.
No reply.
God damn it.
Well, we bid you a fair day. May the weather stay calm and comfortable for all of you. My group and I will head on that direction then. Thank you.
Silence. Aside from whatever critters are here already, but nothing from them.
Okay, ciao. And then I'll back off, yet facing them to the. Am I still on the horse?
I'd
Or
say I'd say you just like drove the horse like and did the whole
yeah,
thing.
okay, okay.
I'd say
Then
you're still on the horse.
okay, then I tell the team it. I saw the symbol in that direction where the uh very friendly what do you call that race?
A cockra.
What do you call it?
A
Akokra.
cockra.
Uh, yeah, I'll send it to the chat.
I think he might be leading us. Might as well uh follow, and then
Yeah.
with my hand signals, just be ready from an attack from the skies.
Fever, you see, Weevil turns to you and goes, "What does this mean?"
It means watch the skies.
Ah, sure. Okay, fine. Okay, okay.
Arakokra.
It's Weevil just lays a hand on his heavy crossbow. But yeah, as you travel further in, uh, you can't get, you can't escape the feeling that you were being watched. But nevertheless, you travel for a number of hours again, and um, for most of the day, this feeling never really escapes you. Looking around, sometimes you can get a glimpse of these like vibrantly colored kokra, but other times you just hear their presence nearby. Uh, and sometimes you hear more of them, sometimes less, but they're ever shifting in the trees above you
Yeah.
until eventually you see the bright light of a lone torch in the middle of this forest. And true enough, Asumedos, as you look, the symbol shines bright above this torch. And you notice another torch and another until you are led to a campground. And you finally see a number of people going about their day. And one of them sees you, hails you down. You see this large Goliath go to your group.
Goliath.
He looks at the five of
Goliath
you,
is like
just goes,
Grog's a Goliath, right?
yes.
Oh.
Sees
Goliath.
But it's still a humanoid, isn't it?
yeah. See this Goliath, and even on horseback, he looks at you eye to eye. He looks at the five of you and just goes, monocle.
I race it.
He asks for it.
I give it.
That easy? Okay. And he looks at you and just looks at four of you and just goes, follow.
How many other creatures are around us?
It's a camp.
Yeah, the camp. From your line of sight, Malak, I'd say there are six.
Oh.
And in this camp, there's like it's like a step hill, so you are led deeper into this camp. And as you go deeper, you see a couple of more. You see y- you see humans, you see halflings, half elves, gnomes, uh, preparing wagons, preparing weapons, all of that. Till eventually you are led towards at the very heart of this camp. What seems to be like a very a simply made tent, and inside, um, the Goliath opens the flap, and inside you see uh, a long table, and and the Goliath just says, "He will meet you here."
Ooh,
Are there symbols here? No.
No.
No. So we don't know if
Oh
this is
wait,
like
actually, no. Sorry. Um, yeah. Roll me perception. Roll me perception.
19.
19. As you're passing by, you notice a gnome and a half elf working on some crates, loading them to the wagons. And you notice on the corner of one of the crates, you do notice the symbol.
But we can't assume that they're all part of the group, right? It's not like they're advertising it that this is the group.
Uh, yeah, that is an assumption that can be made.
That this is the cult group.
Mm,
It should.
no, I'd say Asumedos. Entering the camp, you did see a symbol going in, but you didn't
Yeah.
see any other symbols inside anymore.
Is it like a shield secret agent, but all of their vehicles are posted the symbol of shield? Like, how are they? How are they covert?
No, the wagon doesn't have the symbol, only the crate.
The crate.
Just the
Yeah.
crates.
Ah.
So can I insight check Asumedos how he's? I want to know if he's like gonna lose his cool because
Okay.
we're finally.
Asumedos,
It's
roll
finally,
me,
I know.
roll me. Your choice, your choice. Do not tell anyone. Do not
Sure.
tell anyone. Roll me either deception or persuasion. Don't say anything. Don't tell us.
Okay. I'll roll.
A roll.
Okay, wait a minute. Where's
Don't show
my
us the
score?
roll.
Okay.
No. You can show the roll. You can show the roll.
Okay.
Deception or persuasion.
Natural 20.
Oh shit.
Okay, add your modifier. Add your modifier. Don't tell us what just give us a total. Just give us a total.
29.
29. Malak, the DC is 29.
Shit. Can I just give up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got
Asumedos is unreadable.
I got a 9. 20 short. Okay, I just guess I give him a tap on the shoulder, like a pat.
Okay. How does Asumedos respond to this?
I look at Malak and give a weak smile.
That's enough for me.
But yeah, as you're all walking, Tempe even seems to be spooked that he seems to nuzzle closer to you, Itsuki. At some point, you almost miss a step since he went right between your legs,
Mhm.
right between your feet as you were walking. But yeah, um, and I guess yeah for Itsuki, I guess for Itsuki and Shevra, the both of you would there's an unusually strong breeze going through this area, but you can't pinpoint the source of direction. It seems that the winds are just hitting you from everywhere.
Are there Aarakocra around?
Make me a perception check.
17?
You look around, you look up. Um, you do see a number of kokra just perched on the branches, looking down on the camp. And then you
Are their
see
eyes glazed over also?
yes, all any alcohol you see, their eyes are always glazed and icy, and you know.
Her
But not the other races.
Oh no, the other races are normal. I mean, as far as normal, because like for example, tieflings can have pure black eye, pure colored eyesight,
Mm-hmm.
but like, but yeah. So as far as you know, these are like the normal presenting eyes from the other races. But yeah, um, sorry, do you go in the tent?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, sorry, last detail. As you enter the tent, you do notice that the tent is unusually large. Um, but the long table is for your size. It's a good long table that sits around 12 on both ends, so 6 6. And yeah, you are to wait for a little bit. Um,
I
oh
message Malak
yeah,
with my hand symbol.
I'll go. Yeah, go ahead.
Prepare
I'll go to the
Giant's
washroom
Bane.
now.
What? Pair giants. Yeah.
Just go to the
Prepare
CR.
Giant's Bane. Okay. Prepare Giant's Bane.
Gotcha.
Your dice cam's on.
Yeah, I'm just checking something.
So yeah, did we pause the recording or we're still going?
We're going. We're going.
Okay. So yeah, after a couple of minutes, you hear the sounds of rushed footsteps as the tent flap opens, and you see a human man, a human male, quite old, balding on the head, sees the five of you and just goes, "Ah, adventurers! I see. Did you bring what we seek? Come now, come now. Bring it on the table."
Is
Who has?
this where we'll
I
be?
think Itsuki has it, diba?
It's in the portal.
Yeah, it's with you.
In the what do you call this? Bag of holding, right?
No, it's bigger. It was in. We put it in a portal,
It's in
diba?
the porta hall. It's in the porta hall. It can't fit.
So okay. I just step up and take it out of the portal and put it on the table.
Ah, fascinating, fascinating. Okay, well done. I must ask, did this come cracked, or was this a handling issue?
We no, this is how we found it in the grave.
Such a shame. Oh well, can't be helped. And he looks at the porthole, the black fabric that you folded out. Like, well, the furrow, and then he finally looks. He looks at you up and down, and he goes, "The four of you seem well equipped and prepared. Good job. It seems, of course, adventures of this caliber are worth the price." And he shouts over, "Ergoth, come, bring in the reward." And you see the same Goliath come in, but this time carrying a crate. And he sets it down on the table, and the man just does a little flurry, and the
Wait,
Goliath just
can you describe this man again? Bald,
balding,
balding.
It's like middle age, like
Just a
about
human,
middle
right?
age
Human.
already. Yeah, just a human.
No, no. What do they call the police like specific markings or distinguishing characteristics?
Make me a perception check.
18
Can
plus 5, 23.
Yeah. Sorry, Shiva.
Can I
What do you-
insight check what he's saying?
Yeah. What do you want to insight specifically?
If he has ill intention or if he's hiding something. If his
Okay.
attitude is true.
Okay, no problem.
Um,
Okay, so while you're doing that, for the perception check, Malak, again, sorry for everyone, he's wearing half plate, but of course, with his sleeves, Malak, you do notice that at the cuff of the sleeve, you do
Mm-hmm.
notice what seems to be the start of a tattoo. But you can't see much as it's already covered by the sleeve.
Okay.
I got an 8.
Unfortunately, the mix of the situation and the tense environment, you just can't get a read of this individual. Sorry, for Malak, yeah, on one side you do notice the starting of a tattoo. At this point, it just looks like a sharp, pointy end, but you can't make out the figure. But
But it
that's
could.
on his right arm. On
But
the
it
left
could.
arm, you
Oh,
do
oh, sorry. Go.
notice. Yes.
No, no,
On
go,
the
go,
left
go.
arm, you do notice what do you call this area between the knuckles?
Between the
Yeah,
This is
knuckles.
the
that
knuckle,
area
right?
between the knuckles.
Yeah, the area between the knuckles. You do notice that what seems to be a
Knuckle
tattoo
fold.
of a very elaborate depiction of a wave. Like if you put them together, it forms the wave.
Is this the same symbol that we saw with the guys that attacked the cloud giant? But there was like a symbol there.
Uh, roll me, roll me history.
Shit, that's 0.
Roll hard.
10, flat 10.
10. I'd say like there's are similar motifs, but you can't really pinpoint
Okay.
the exact similarities.
Okay.
Yes. So so yeah, so the man just looks at the four of you, the five of you, and just goes, "Well, here you have your payment. Unfortunately, it seems our organization isn't as liquid as we hope to be, but I hope these art items, luxury items, would suffice. These are 12,000 worth of luxury goods. If I can remember correctly, there's this very intricate ornate set of rings can fetch quite the deal in the free market. But of course, as you can see, here, and he slides over to you. Um, sorry. He looks at the four of you and says, "Of course, we'll both have to authenticate each other's side, right? So pick something here, and I can let you check it. Nothing too small that you might pocket it, but maybe it is a sign of goodwill that we are forthcoming with our payments. And of course, during that time, I too must check the authenticity of what you brought. So yes, choose. So yeah, one of you choose a luxury item inside. Nothing, yeah.
I let
I
I follow Asumedos' lead.
I nod and I say, thank you. I take a look at the items and beckon the rest of the group to take a look as well.
Hmm. Yeah, he can slide over to you one item just so you can check if a couple of items, large items, just so you can see they're authentic. So he takes out a couple of pieces. He actually makes you choose because he's confident that all of the items are authentic. So what's an example of something Asumedos would pick? Or do we just
Jewelry.
say he selects 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
I'll probably take some jewelry and something that looks uh make them think that I'm really greedy. So anything like rings, bracelets, or
Okay.
crown, if there's anything.
Yeah, I'd say you were sent over a very intricate tiara, a couple of jewel encrusted bangles, clunky stuff that's hard to pocket. And as you look at
Correct.
that, uh, he turns to the mask, and as he just looks at as he studies, he just looks, and he just goes. Of course, once we're done, yeah, just take it and be on your way. This whole thing will be done. And as he says those words, Asumedos, it strikes you, it chills you, makes your heart race as it finally clicks. The voice you've been hearing these past few minutes is the same voice you've heard all those months ago. This man was present in the raid of your village.
Fuck.
Dun,
I've
dun,
I've been
dun.
since I let Asumedos lead. Can I do another insight check? I just like really watching him.
Okay. Uh Wait lang. Okay, fine. Let's go. Same thing.
Insight or perception? Insight, no?
Insight. It's insight.
Yep.
It's emotionally
5 plus 9,
Shit. I
14.
Insight.
14. That's an average DC for tier 2.
Yeah, but you know me, I roll bad. See? 6. Fuck. God damn it.
But yeah. Well, it makes sense because like
He's
Malak does
really
not have
yeah.
context for this voice anyway. So like yeah. Asumedas, what do you do?
I do a hand signal to Malak since I noticed that he was looking at me. My hand signal's just simple. It's him.
Oh shit. I I just get ready. I don't move. I don't do anything. But like mentally, I'm preparing.
And the
So
ground
we're
shakes.
inside the tent, right?
Yes.
How many members of their camp are inside the tent?
Uh Inside, I'd say like 4, including him and the Goliath.
Yeah.
But yeah, as that is happening, the ground shakes and you feel a thud in the ground. as even this man looks up, surprised. This looks up, not really surprised, but looks towards the tent's entrance. And as the flap opens, you see a giant with a smile on its face and with skin mimicking the dark stormy sky and with a
Holy shit.
beard and long luscious hair
A storm
that
giant?
forms the image of clouds.
Holy.
You
Harsh.
see before
No.
you a cloud
Zephyros.
giant. No,
Oh,
no,
a
no.
cloud
Different.
giant. Cloud giant.
A cloud giant. This cloud giant rushes forward, sees you, sees the mask, and goes, "Ah, I had to see this for myself. Ah, it has been retrieved then." And this man looks at him and goes, "Ah, of course, these adventurers have brought to you the mask." It's like, ah, good, good. It is good that we have recovered an artifact from my family. Like, the adventure. He looks at you. He goes, "Ah, adventurers, thank you. Although it is not important in my sister's plans, I'm sure.
Sister?
Uh, the uh, Lady Sansuri will be glad that a piece of our personal family heritage has been returned."
Sorry. Ladies and sorry.
Sansuri?
Yeah.
It was no easy task to retrieve it, but the rewards were too good to pass on.
Ah, yes, of course. There's the cloud right now. He looks and says, "Ah, of course, of course. Although my sister claims she will never understand small folk, I can see that we're all alike in a way, that material wealth has little material wealth does not discriminate as to who she attracts. Of course, if you can claim, let me see, let me see." And he takes the mask and he sees it. It goes, "Such a shame it came damaged, though. Uh, oh well, we
It must have been a it must have been a great battle between that tribe as it had come broken, or it was kept broke. It was kept in their sacred ground, even though it was broken. I'm
and yeah,
curious of the story of the mask, if it comes with a tale of valiant and battle.
uh, well, not in particular. It's been part of our collection for a number of years, and it would be nice if we had returned. It was taken since those uh, small things, this small folk knew. Since when they flew, they pillaged one of the castles, and but yes, it is good that it is back. It belonged to my great 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 grandfather, and well, yeah, Sensori, yeah, she can fix this. Easy enough. Okay, maybe. Okay, he takes it and he looks at you. Ah, again, thank you. Oh, please look at your reward. See the material wealth that you have brought onto yourself by doing this little task. And
And
with that,
as
the
as you
giant.
know that we little folk are always looking to enrich ourselves, same as any race. You, if you have any other tasks for us to find, we'd be happy to help you in that.
The giant looks a bit perplexed. He looks up. He thinks a little bit, but eventually turns to the human in front of him goes, well, I mean, there is that task. We haven't given it to anyone, and I don't know. I may be biased, but and then he shows the mask. And
This is the human talking or the
just
giant? Oh, the giant.
the giant. And the human just goes, oh, well, if it pleases you, my liege, we could give them that task if you're so inclined. And the giant just nods. And he looks at you and says, well, if you are interested in something else, there is a little manor that has to be taken care of. To the far east, we have located another of the olden artifacts, buried in a great tree and protected by some other tribes folk. The different tribe. I'm not sure which one, but they're out there. But no, the artifact is not the worry. The man just looks at the giant again, and the giant nods, urging him to continue. Our task is relatively simple. For some reason, it seems that a giant has given himself the authority to protect this site. And it has caused problems, so perhaps the five of you are good enough to eliminate the problem. Seeing as how ready you are, shouldn't be too difficult.
Again, there's a. It's not the
A
artifact.
giant.
There's a giant that's protecting the artifact
But yes,
To protect the village. Okay.
along with the tribe,
yes.
and the goal is not to get the artifact; it's to kill the giant.
Hmm.
What kind of giant?
This time the giant speaks. Pay no need to. It's just the flimsy frost giant. From what I've heard, he has forsaken the people long ago, so no need to cry tears for him. Easy
Well,
enough to
guys.
spot. Easy enough to spot. This giant. I mean, I'll give him some. He's good enough. I'll give him. I mean,
Maybe
who
not.
wears the skull of a dragon as a helmet?
Oh shit! It's Harshnag.
But then the human, continues to talk to us. Simple task, simple reward. Do this, and let's say 5,000 each.
What can do with 5,000? Wait, quick question. Did the Asumedos' curse was lifted already, right? Not yet.
You don't know yet. We don't know yet.
Okay.
$5,000 each. Sounds
Sounds
like
good.
a good deal.
We'll get more information about giants too. So
And then the human just goes, well, simple proof, and just bring the head of this frost giant. Consider it done. Please bring it intact so we can have it checked. And then the cloud giant just like, you deal with that. Blood just gets everywhere, difficult to clean. But yes, the five of
So
you
we need
seem.
to kill the frost giant or retrieve the artifact or both.
He wants the head of the giant.
Just kill the frost giant. And then the human talks again, like, yeah, don't worry about our artifact. We can deal with it. Just make sure this threat is eliminated.
5,000 each. Hmm. Is there any room for negotiation? I mean,
The
we might be
the
facing more than the giant.
the cloud giant laughs. Like goes, ah, very well. Name your price.
7,000 each.
No, I was gonna say 8,000 each.
Cloud giant laughs. It goes, ah, like a bit too high for this simple task. It's just a frost giant and a couple of your folk. 6,000.
7, and we'll start hunting.
6,500.
Yeah, I mean, take on it.
Deal 6-5, but you tell us what you know about this giant, just to be for us to prepare even further. And where to find them. At least the last known location.
Oh, very well. Let us. He looks at his hand before saying to you, let us shake on it. And he 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 lets you grasp his finger as you shake it. Sorry. Yeah, no, he waits for you to extend your hand.
I'll say, is this another binding contract?
The frost. Well, it could be, but nah. He brought the mask. That's easy enough. Besides, we
Oh,
don't need you to return. We don't need you to return. We're not looking for a specific item, so just bring the head in town so we can check.
all right. We'll proceed then.
So, do you extend your hand?
Can I not extend my hand?
I mean, if you want, like, what would Asumedos do?
Yeah, you can say, tell them no
Well,
need for
I've
that.
had a history with handshakes and threats of
Handshakes and binding spells.
and
Yeah.
binding spells. I hope um at least our first successful retrieval was proof enough of our ability.
The
If we
cloud
don't
giant
return, either we die anyway.
this cloud giant looks at you, and there's a little sense of relief in his face as he looks at his hand and he just goes, "Yeah, yes, of course, of course, of course. No need to touch. Shake your hand. Uh, that
I
would be
go
for
to
the
the I go to the balding man. Do we have his name? Sorry.
No, he has not given his name.
Okay. Excuse me, kind sir. Um, I, I, is it? How do I address you?
Oh, sir's just fine.
How do I remove this binding spell since my first mission was completed?
That simple thing. Take the gold and leave the camp. Then take the gold and leave the camp after a couple of distance. With a few. Once you leave the tree line, the spell is gone.
That's simple
Oh,
enough.
that's simple enough. Thank you,
Mm.
sir.
Mm.
And afterwards, we return back here with a head.
You know, if not here, I'm sure you've seen our associates outside. Uh, they will lead you to wherever our current location will be.
How about you, my uh How do I say this? How about you, sir? I asked the giant. First name.
Ah, ah, I am, I am. Wait lang. You may refer to me as Count Tholen.
Again, Count.
Thullen.
Count Tholen. Okay.
It is a pleasure for you to meet me. But thank you, adventurers.
It all together.
It was a pleasure to do business with you, both of you.
Yeah, actually, at this point, it's not really listening to you anymore. Just looking at the mask now. Very happy. And yeah, Thullen looks at the human and just goes, "Well, good job to you. Once, once we meet up there, you can handle the paperwork." And Sir just goes, "Of course, my liege. I will present the proper documentation as needed." And just says, just show, whatever, show whoever." And yeah, the cloud giant um, leaves, but this time we do not hear footsteps as he starts hovering and flying off. At this point, what does the party do?
Like if the spell is still there, let's go past the tree line.
Get the golden lead.
We'll start grabbing the rewards. We'll start collecting it.
The Goliath helps you, like, he just goes, I don't. Are you gonna distribute or?
So what are we getting again?
3,000 each worth of luxury items. So that's
3,000.
jewelry.
Okay.
So yeah,
So-
you just put like 3K gold.
Total of
I'll just put
12,000.
like luxury items.
12,000 GP in luxury items.
Yeah.
Oh, gold na lang.
Okay,
We'll
okay,
just
you put it
we'll
all
just
there.
put it in We'll put it in the portal first. I motion to Itszki. So we can shoot it there.
The Goliath puts down the whole box.
I go to Sir. You seem to run a very rewarding. You seem to run a very rewarding
Enterprise.
enterprise.
No. Well, it's growing. We were lucky that we had the room to expand.
Well, we hope if we continue to do good business, there's room in that expansion for us.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean,
We'll see.
too early to tell. But
you never know. You never know. I myself started out a lowly raider, but now look where I am. Dealing with giants.
have you ever dealt with dragons? I heard they have a lot of treasure.
No, but you know what they say? Not after what happened last time. I mean, we all know what happened last time. But yeah. The thing about
night?
last time.
Oh, last time. No, I had no idea.
No, Asumedos, you do know this. The
I know it.
Dragon of Conflict. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mean that
But
story?
Yeah. And it just goes, but I mean, giants are so much easier to deal with. Giants are so much easier to deal than dragons. Dragons hoard their gold.
So
Giants.
So the
do what they
giants
will.
aren't. Oh, so he's not leading your group. I thought the cloud giant was the one leading your group. He's more of a client.
He's a client. Yes, you could say that.
Oh, very interesting. So your enterprise is helping find lost things for people. I mean, seeing that you have a lot of items also. Very interesting business.
But yes, if you're so inclined to break that little spell we cast on you, the edge of the tree line is that way.
Let's see if you're released.
Okay, well,
You are dismissed.
sir, thank you. And we'll hope to see you again soon. But sorry, where was the last sighting of this said frost giant?
Ah, yes. Far east. Um, Far east in the high forest.
Far east in the high forest. East.
From
East.
what I've heard, get to Everlund and travel a few days south through the forest.
High four. Okay.
So on
Where's
the map, oops. Where's Everlund? On the
Oh,
map,
okay.
it's somewhere here. Okay, I put grade 3 because that's what's being protected.
The high forest.
So yeah, it's somewhere here pala. So like it's not exactly here, but like that's the vicinity. I'll put another like red circle for reference.
Okay.
Ay, there. So it's somewhere here.
Well, thank you for pointing us there. Was he known to travel with anyone else? Because it might be just more than one giant's head.
Well, he said there was a tribe with him protecting the
Oh,
From what
tree.
okay.
he from what we've heard, seems that this giant acts alone.
Well, we are excited to get 6,500 gold richer.
I'm
So,
actually able to afford some magical items.
Yes, good deal for just one giant head.
seems
Besides,
like it. Thank you.
and thank you, adventurers. It's always easy to find this kind of work with your kind of people.
Simple and easy.
Eh, yeah, yeah. He just looks at you silently, waiting for you to leave.
Well, we've got a job.
Head to it.
You said the edge of the forest is there? The line of trees?
Yeah, he just points in a direction.
Oh, our friendly Goliath got my monocle. Will that be a challenge coming back here?
Oh, we already know.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Okay.
And
Hopefully.
Okay. Well, till later. I grit my teeth, clench my fist, pause for like 1 or 2 seconds, and let's go, guys.
I follow Asumedos.
follow them
Oh, yeah.
Go, go.
So you all get your horses and all start traveling out. Takes a couple of hours. When do you start talking to each other?
I wait for the tree line
So-
and that damn spell to dissipate.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I
in
thought about betting Malak whether Asumedo's head would explode, but I thought I stopped my thought.
Ah,
I
can I
didn't
look
want to
to
jinx
the
it.
can I look to the skies to see if we're being followed by the birds? The birdmen.
roll me perception. I'll say this roll will encapsulate the whole journey. Um,
Natural one.
at this point, you don't see the birds. You don't see traveling, but I will say with a nat one, your eyes gaze towards the sky
I'll check
as
also.
this is a no, we already rolled it. We
Oh.
already rolled.
Yeah.
You eyes gaze towards the sky, missing the birds completely, but for the first time, the clouds seem to dissipate a little bit. Just a little bit. But it is enough. Shevra, you notice, you start noticing a tower in the sky. And as the clouds continue to dissipate just for a little bit, you see a silhouette of a palace floating above the forest, resting on a large pile of clouds. And this image stays for a little bit before the clouds start becoming thicker again. And this time, a different area is now drenched in sunlight as the clear bit has moved. But you did see a cloud giant palace right above you. If there is nothing else, it takes again another hour, another couple of hours. And as the sky darkens, you are once again out of the forest. And as soon as you go bypass the tree line, Asumedos, you feel you involuntarily let loose a sigh of relief as the arcane pressure of this spell dissipates. And yeah, what do you all do?
Yeah, so I stop and I rein in and like, so what's the plan?
I don't think he is the head of the snake. We have to dig deeper.
But what are we going to do?
I think we should still get the figure out the other giant why he wants to be killed.
But
need to
we're
talk.
not
Go
gonna
back.
kill him, right?
We need to talk to him and try to figure this out.
Yeah.
Because
What if
This isn't the first time we've heard of this frost giant.
why don't we try to search for Zephyroth if he's still there?
no, because from what
Maybe
we've
he
heard,
knows more.
Harshnag is a friend of Leander. He's told us to
Correct.
seek him out to find info. We're not gonna be assassinating good folk, right? Because
Or not? Yeah.
And the dragon, sorry, to add, Cloggy, the dragon, also referred to Harshnag.
I was fine with retrieving the mask, trying to get through that tribe, but straight out gunning for good people is kind of what I'm hunting. Not something I don't want to be jumping on my own sword.
Don't worry. I have not fallen too far in revenge.
I
to
mean, I
cause
was
pain
looking. I
towards
am
others.
following your lead, but I just want to know what's going on now.
Intelligence is needed. The more we know, the more we can prepare. As long as they believe that we are nothing but adventurers, then we have a step ahead.
So we're not gonna be killing him, right? I don't even look at
Maybe.
Itszki. I don't even think the
I'm like,
Itszki.
I'm counting 6,500 gold. What? No. Sure, we won't. Maybe.
I think
Maybe not.
Snowy, you're with me, right?
Um,
Shira.
I I don't know. I just think we should cross that bridge when we get there.
You're open to assassinating someone.
I
N-
I'm sorry,
I-
Malak.
I think we should speak with the giant first before trying anything.
I'm sorry, Malak. I am still unsure. But I would prefer not to have innocent blood on my hands.
Well, I think that's implied on my end. So,
Correct.
I think, yeah,
So-
we'll just like
The road to it, I would recommend let's try to look for Zephyroth to know more about this cloud giant. He might know
sorry.
about.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Just for where will you start searching for Zephyros?
He's
The
gonna be
same area we
farther.
found him last. His castle is in pieces. We're not sure if it's already put together.
Yeah,
The
but
last time we saw him, he was in
Outside
it's
of
here. Waterdeep.
yeah, Sword Mountains.
yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah. We are in
You're
Lurkwood.
here.
We can teleport.
The nearest one is Mirabar, and then we go down to
I have the
Waterdeep?
teleportation spell.
oh, that makes it
I could
easier.
teleport us back to Waterdeep and hopefully be able to find Leander. Possibly look for Zephyroth before we head on, since we don't have a deadline, before we head on to speak with Harshnab.
And that's what we're doing, right? Speaking.
I smile.
yeah, we'll figure it out when we get there. Okay?
You guys have
We'll
become
know.
my brother. I will not.
Zephyroth.
I will
sorry,
not swing
Harsh-
my sword against you guys, but I may block it if you're gonna go just assassinating.
Harshnab might be an
Harshnag.
ally.
From all intents and
Wouldn't it-
purposes, that from all the info that we've heard, he should be.
We haven't met him, but given the people that back him up, he might be able to give us a way to deceive or surprise the head of this,
Okay.
surprise that group.
Okay, that's what I like to hear. Okay.
But if we go there and he starts attacking us, don't blame me for us trying to attack him back.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what I said.
If he attacks us without warning, you should know where your sword should be pointing.
Well, if he is a good guy, he wouldn't do that. So
We'll know that when we get there.
What does
but
Weevil say?
We will. Wait, let me roll for what I'll say. Okay. Okay, wow. So, damn it. Evil's gonna be useful.
Mhm.
Evil says, well, from what I heard, it seems like what Cloudy said over there was that Harshnag, the frost giant. Same Harshnag, right?
yes.
Harshnag. He seems to be protecting something from adventurers. He seems to be protecting something from whatever those guys are sending there. And they're
Need to
sending an
find out what.
adventure. And what are all you folk? Adventurers. So that might not be the best first impression when you see him, when he sees you.
See? So we might need to look for Zephyroth and or
Yeah,
Leander.
yeah. We need like a symbol or something that says
That
we're
won't
allies.
attack us right away.
Yes. So okay, let's head to Waterdeep then.
Wait, I also in character you also know Leander did say that he'll be Goda.
Yes.
Oh fuck, different. Ah shit. Yeah, he's gonna be like a different plane or something. Ah, let me check.
So like moving forward, your plan is to look for Zephyros in the area. And then with Leander, are you just gonna ask Xerox in the estate?
Yes.
Like I
We'll
mean
need,
you're just gonna
we'll need to find a way to contact him somehow.
Okay. Okay. Which one are you gonna prioritize? Um uh Leander or
Leander.
Leander
well,
first.
Leander first.
well, makes sense. I mean, he's already in the city. So I mean, the
Yeah.
estate's already in the city. So okay, okay, I can. Oh, let's look at that. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, it's gonna be very interesting. What happens?
And then Malak looks at Shivra in his. Well, she can't see it because I have a mask, but he's like shocked and surprised at her reaction, and she didn't back him up because she's been the one that's always been no to violence, and suddenly she's like off with his head.
No, to be fair, she was like, let's see.
It-
Right, 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 Isa.
She needs information first.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't know anything about this guy.
okay. Why is it the borderline serial killer's the one that's like what the fuck are we doing?
With a heart of gold.
Oh, wait a second.
So yeah. Oh, actually, so you know what? I'll say
particular way of venturing.
no. I'll say you travel back to Santral's Keep. Ah, wait, sorry.
Oh,
How
he
are
has
you
a
getting
spell,
to
diba?
Water?
He has a spell.
Yes.
Okay, so let us end this session. Asumedos, describe how the spell looks and feels. I think it'll take you some time to cast it, since it's like 10 minutes, I think, or a minute.
Yes.
Or
It's teleportation 1 minute. Teleportation circle.
oh, do you have a description? Because I have.
Oh, go
So
ahead. You can.
no, no,
You
no.
can go
I'll
ahead.
defer to you. If you have, let's go with yours.
I haven't thought of it yet, but
Oh,
something aligned with the other black gooey thing,
Shit.
like a
okay.
complete black hole.
That's gonna be pleasant.
So
Okay.
I draw a circle while standing, chanting the words "Porte la nuit," and then while doing a circular motion, oval motion with my hand, then you'll see like shadows from around ourselves gathering, forming that forming a black circular flat hole in the middle of reality that you can't see through. You can't actually see through the end. And once that is up, it's like a floating slimy thing. You'll see like it's black and it's like liquid. And I go, water deep, take the step. I'm going to the portal.
Ladies first. And she steps in.
I know. As you take your first step, Shevra, from the black goo that is floating in the middle of that is hovering above you, a tendril immediately shoots forth and wraps around your wrist. Another one wraps around your waist, and another one wraps in your neck, and you are pulled in. Uh, you're pulled in without any ceremony or any notion of health and safety. You're pulled in, and yeah. Uh, does anyone follow?
Malak takes a deep breath but follows.
Yeah, we'll
Okay.
follow.
Same thing. It's either the tendril grabs your wrists or your wrists or your knees or your chest or your neck. For one of you, Malak, the tendril actually, as it shoots towards you, the tendril wraps and wraps around your head as you are pulled into the portal. And as all of you are pulled in, the tendrils just keeping getting tighter and tighter until you can't breathe anymore, and you are swallowed in the darkness until finally you see a small speck of light, and you are unceremoniously jutted off and are thrown into the crypt inside the city of the dead in Waterdeep. And you see the attendant look at the is Weevil with you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
But he's disguised,
Do we-
right? He's
But we
disguised.
brief him to be in disguise.
Okay.
You should know also.
Weevil, you see the attendant look at the five of you. He goes, "Oh, you're back. Oh, I have so many questions." And let's end there. And let's end there as you see Weevil making sure that the hat is still in place. But yeah, let's end there. So yeah, next week, we'll start.
Saturday.
Next Saturday, we will investigate with the Van Bielefeld estate to see if Leander might have left anything that might have helped you. So, what exactly are you looking for with Leander?
Yeah, anything that will help us befriend Harshnag.
Information. to lead
Make
us
him
to
trust
Harshnag.
us.
So, information or items or like a
Yes.
sign.
Anything to make him
or
trust
ground.
us.
Letter. Yeah.
Become in
So
peace.
that he won't attack us.
Okay,
I'm thinking also a way to deceive them into creating a head that to them looks real. Awesome.
Okay, okay. So I'll add that to the list of
Maybe you
we
can
don't know
find
the answers yet.
a frost
We
giant's
don't know the
head.
answers. We don't know that you don't know the answers yet, but I'll prepare for those. I'll prepare for those answers, but it's not necessarily. It may not be the answers you like, but I'll start with those. But yeah, let's see what happens next week as you all head towards the Von Bielefeld estate. Sorry. Wait lang ah. Wait lang, just checking something. Okay. All of you make me deck saves pala.
Plus
That's
3.
scary. What?
All of us?
Yes.
Okay,
Ooh, I
okay.
have +9, so not a problem. 4 plus
Okay.
9, 13 plus 3.
So me
16.
plus 1, 16, 19 for me.
20.
I get 13 plus 4 plus
Plus
3. 30, 20.
Okay, so everyone just takes half of this. So everyone takes 5 bludgeoning damage as um the general chaos of horses also been thrown into the portal. So
Ah,
so the attendant's like, oh my god, and she sees the 5 horses in the crypt. So yeah, let's add that to our pile of things to deal with next week.
Oh, in
Okay.
Tempe.
Oh yeah, of course, in Tempe. Oh, Tempe. Tempe takes 2 damage.
Oh,
good job.
Oh.
ooh,
You
two.
hear a squeal as Tempe is buried under like the thighs of a horse. So it's not like the full horse weight, but like it's enough to cause some damage. So but yeah. Yeah. So yeah, let's pick up next week. Once again, welcome to Waterdeep.
God damn it! What's happened to our party?
Fight Club round 3.
We're becoming dark.
Ooh.
It's always going to the darkness. What the hell?
All
We're
right.
like those
I'll take us home.
undercover
Sounds
undercover guys, police that know it's losing their way.
All right. Well, with that ends our episode for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching this episode of the Plus 63 HP D&D podcast. Just for housekeeping, if this is your first time watching us, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Write up some comments. We'd love to hear from you, and we'd love to know what you think of what we're playing so far. It's episode number, what are we in now?
60
Session
yeah,
63
something like that.
or 62.
63,
Let me check.
62, 63, no? So far, what do you want to hear? What do you want to see? Do you want more battles? We'd love to hear from you.
63.
And 63. Awesome. So plus 63, add 63. And if
Ooh.
ever you do have social media, which I think you should, please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for looking for our handle plus 63 AHP. That's PLUS number 6 number 3 H and P. We're also available on your podcast of choice. We are available on Apple's, Amazon, and Spotify podcasts. With final goodbyes, let's start with JONG.
Looking forward to see you guys at a slightly different time next week. And we're enjoying the adventures to the dark side.
Well, let's see. That's 6,500 gold. Let's see.
Each.
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 I know.
Happy to take Malak's share. If
Malak
you
will
feel
not
that it
abide.
is-
How about you, CHUBAX? Any final goodbyes?
Yeah, I like it. We're finally getting some friction. But either way, advance happy birthday to our host, RJ. Almost his birthday.
420, baby.
Let's celebrate on Saturday, Jay, for on the D&D.
Yeah, can.
420, baby.
Let's buy some food and we'll send food to to our DM and Isa.
Yes,
and
of
then,
course.
and then are you gonna Venmo Jong?
Kawawa naman ako. Wala, I have
Yeah.
no.
You can buy
Can
some
you
food.
order something?
I'll have my fancy coffee ready for our.
No, I don't know. Spoiled naman sa akin si Jong sa gifts eh.
Of course.
So, okay na yan.
Of course.
Okay, dogs.
Thank you. Final goodbyes, Isabi?
Isa, you mean
We
the
are-
traitor? The traitor? Traitor.
We're going to fall deeper and deeper into the web, and I am excited to see how it unravels, and I hope you join us.
Awesome. And of
Your
course,
first
final
turning
words
black.
from our final words from our DM.
Well, I mean, you're finally on a collision course to meet Harshnag. So, let's see how that turns out, given all the circumstances between the party and Harshnag. So, yeah, let's see what happens with him and within the party. If yeah, apparently 6,500 is enough to start swaying some people. So
Of
I expected
more than enough.
Itszki, but Shevra. Oh my god. Okay.
With that, thank you very much. Watch out for what we'll be doing next. Will there be infighting? Will there be disagreements? What does Asumedos think? We'll find out in the next episode. So with that, peace out. Thank you very much. Stay safe. Love you all.
Bye bye.